Welcome back to the Shortcut Live. I'm your host, Matt Swider, still in San Francisco, and we have our entire team in New York. They are coming to you live. This is our live daily video show, the Shortcut Live. We are streaming on X, we're streaming on Substack, on Instagram and YouTube, and we're here talking about everything consumer technology. I'm joined by Max Bondano and Kevin Lee. They're in New York. They're holding down the Fort Swider Studios, and they are ready to talk about things like Xbox, things like Samsung's new phone, which may launch here at some time. We're still waiting on that. Some Sonos deals, some TV Super Bowl deals. That's a big deal right now. That's actually why I'm in the San Francisco area. Super Bowl is about to go down on Sunday, kind of previewing some of the headsets that Sony launched recently. They took over the contract for the coaches' headsets for the NFL. Very cool behind the scenes content coming to you live. We're in person. We are here daily. And yeah, let's talk about consumer tech, guys. Also, welcoming your comments. We usually get 100,000 views.
There's one.
So all right.
It's already started.
For anybody not familiar, the guys think that in their contract somewhere, which doesn't exist, they're lucky they get a contract, that they get $1 for every comment.
Also, we think that this is a thing. Also, this is a thing that we invented.
Yeah,
it is a real thing.
It's a real thing. Yeah,
we invented the comment part of this whole thing.
The comment gravy train.
Comment gravy train.
Yeah. Also, a name for this what a username to give us our first $1. Tip one love said PS5.
I feel like that was even. It has to be have some context to it, a little meat to the comments for it to count.
There's another comment from Joe Bondano, no relation,
zero relation whatsoever.
Yeah,
everybody should spam the comments right now with PS5. Just say PS5.
No, just keep saying PS5.
We're gonna make so much money this broadcast.
I'm gonna lose all that money.
Yes, you will. But at least Kevin and I will eat for the first time. And how long has it been now, Kevin?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'm emaciated.
I'm just skin and bones now at this point, Matt.
I'm on my third round. I'm on my third round of In and Out, guys. I don't know what you guys are doing wrong.
We're over here.
That's just today.
Yes, in Swider Studios.
It's a little bit toasty in here. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. It's San Francisco weather. Anyways, let's get to the top story in the world of consumer tech. We're on our 16th episode of the Shortcut Live. We're doing this daily, which is very experimental, but so far going well. And we're talking about something that I think we were unsure if this was going to launch, a new Xbox, and it may arrive in 2027. There's always been this rumor of, well, is Microsoft even going to make another Xbox? They committed to it. They said they were, but we're kind of skeptical of this. We continue to be skeptical despite this latest evidence. Kevin, give us the rundown on why we think there's another Xbox coming despite their troubles with the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, despite the fact that, sales have gone down, prices gone up. So basically during AMD's earnings call, CEO Dr. Lisa Su said development of an Xbox with a semi-custom SoC, the system on chip, that's basically the processor, from AMD is progressing well to support a launch in 2027. So that's why there's all this rumor that Xbox might be available in 2027 or launching in 2027. This is the latest development. Now, there's been other stuff before. Xbox President Sarah Bond said they're a multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across devices. And interestingly, she said this device that they're working on would work in their living room and in your hands. So it could be a handheld. But also, I would say they also have a handheld right now with the Asus ROG Xbox Ally X and Ally regular. And also there was this big ad campaign with Microsoft saying Xbox is everywhere. This is Xbox. This is Xbox. Your PC is Xbox. Your phone is Xbox. Things like that. So remains to be seen, but it seems like increasing evidence that there will be a new Xbox either next year or the year after.
It's surprising because even during the holidays, the price of the Xbox was higher than it was at launch. and it seems like they weren't selling enough units. There was even a console or console-like device that outsold the Xbox during the holidays called Next Playground, right? A console no one's really ever heard of. And it outsold the Xbox during the recent Black Friday sales. That is devastating. And that's not even like Sony or Nintendo outpacing Microsoft, which they have done year over year in the past couple of years. The PlayStation 5 is just out of control successful. And Nintendo Switch 2, and even the original Nintendo Switch, still selling really well. It's a case of, do we need another Xbox? Is there enough there? I know that AMD is very accurate because they've been in the chipset. They're the chipset in all of the consoles, basically, right?
Yeah. PS5, and Xbox both use AMD,
Yeah, and they have for years. That was the pick. I think NVIDIA was in...
it's in the Switch 2.
Console. Yeah, the Switch 2. But AMD kind of runs the show for a lot. Like, it's not Intel. It's AMD's always the pick. Yeah. And so they know, but at the same time, what is Microsoft doing? Is this make sense for them? Because they're kind of like continuing on. They have that Asus ROG Xbox Ally X, but it's like they have their one foot in the water, but they never quite go in. What do you think?
So what is the issue with Microsoft not selling enough Xboxes? Is it that just like the PlayStation 5 is just that good? And I think the graphics are way better or something. Like,
I think it's just like a library, really. Like, you have
library games.
Yeah,
it's investment. So it's the fact that Microsoft has had trouble investing in first-party software. So yeah, they had Halo, but then Gears of War, but like not a lot of content compared to what Sony is doing and investing in studios.
It's also like,
interesting.
A lot of Xbox games have fallen flat. Like, Xbox has made a lot of investment. They bought Bethesda, they bought Activision, but look at the games that have come out. Starfield, kind of a flop. Call of Duty, Black Ops 7 was like almost an online meme for a while because of all the weird shooter, like dream, whatever, VR dream shooting that we're doing. Like, you find a guy with a giant knife, you could throw the knife, call in the knife as a kill streak or something like that. Yeah.
It just, they caught Call of Duty at the tail end of the hype session, basically. Activision, huge pickup. Bethesda, same thing. They make the Fallout games, the Fallout TV series that's on Amazon. There's a lot of franchise power that they have. But of course, with that, they promise to continue to make Bethesda games and even Activision games third party, or like not take Call of Duty and make it Xbox exclusive. So that was kind of like a regulatory thing of we're promising, we're not trying to corner the market on first person shooters and so forth. That's fine. But it also makes Microsoft seem like a third party. And I think that's the biggest fear of a consumer going out there to Best Buy and picking up an Xbox, this next Xbox 2027, whatever they decide to call it. I think this is, do I really want to invest, $500, $600, right, into a console that I think PS6 will be out in a year, because we talked about that earlier this week. PS6 may be out the following year, 2028. So I think it's remains to be seen what kind of promises Xbox can give us.
Yeah.
In I think it's good.
We actually had a comment from someone made kind of a joke about, why a new Xbox in 2027? Why? What are they going to do? Try to sell us on the Xbox One concept for the third generation in a row?
Yeah. That's where Xbox kind of fell off, is that Xbox One whole, like their third generation console. They had the original Xbox, huge hit with Halo, despite being a new entry. They kind of torpedoed what Sega was doing in a lot of ways. That was the end of the Dreamcast era, the beginning of having another player in the market. And then you had the Xbox 360, which I think was a wild success. In a lot of ways. They had the Red Ring of Death. They had all these problems, but it stood toe to toe with the PS3, which was kind of launched, I think, a year later, and just not as successful as it could have been.
The PS3 was also like $600, right? And
yes, it was a price.
It looked like a George Foreman grill, and it had really bad motion games.
Yeah. But towards the tail end of the PS3, they started releasing great games. Uncharted was a huge game. God of War was a smash for PlayStation. So they started to pick up a lot of steam. Then when PS4 launched, and they launched $100 cheaper than the Microsoft Xbox One, which was a dumb name. I'm going to say it. They wanted an all-in-one unit where you have your multimedia, you have your Kinect camera. That it just didn't take off nearly as much as the less expensive PS4. So that's where they started a trail, and they've been playing catch up ever since. And it just hasn't worked. But the one advantage I'll say is that if they launch in 2027 with something convincing, and the PS5 or PS6 launches in 2028, they do once again have that year-long advantage. And I'm kind of interested in seeing where that goes.
What would the advantage be like with this new Xbox? Like, would it just be better performance? Do we think that would be enough to like get them out of this slump, or do they just literally need better games?
I think they need better games. I think it's odd that they haven't come out with something to, be like, oh, we have Halo and whatever else, right? So we need that. We just really haven't seen that. I think the better hardware might come through just making what Steam is doing, what Valve is doing with Steam, and their upcoming consoles. Having almost NVIDIA is a great example. Having a chipset that's desktop class inside of a smaller unit, like a laptop or, in this case, a set-top box, might be the way to go. Like having AI up the frame rate, good use of AI. That could be something that's convincing, but really
makes sense.
It's the library of stuff. And the fact that they're killer apps, if they want to sell a lot, it's also going to have to appear on PlayStation, usually as a timed exclusive. So it's kind of a weird spot that they put themselves in.
You know what I want? I think I just want Copilot on my Xbox. I think that's the future.
Of course.
Let's just make
Take the wheel, Copilot.
Let's just make it an AI gaming console. Let's just go all in on Copilot. Give me all the Copilot Plus features or whatever the hell they're calling it now. That's what I want.
Why not Clippy as well? Just throw it in. Just
throw Clippy in. Let's do it.
Joint package.
Let's go all in. Yes. I love it.
And Clippy just comes out and says, "Hey, Microsoft, sounds like you need help selling consoles."
Oh my god! I want a Clippy skin in Call of Duty. I know they stopped doing the ridiculous skins, but that's what I want.
that would work.
Yes.
All right, let's go to our next story, because we have an hour. We're a daily live streaming show that talks about the latest in consumer technology, catching you up on all the headlines that appear on our Substack, theshortcut.com, the number one consumer tech site on Substack. If you want to support us, go throw us I think it's $5 a month. That keeps the lights on. So next story, Max, take this. It's Amazon is launching Alexa Plus for all users, so not just a handful of users, with a new free tier. That is important because it's been restricted to Amazon Prime users before this. What's new here? What's going to be on my Echo when I accidentally trigger it every morning when something touches that touch screen?
It's going to be a wildly better version of Alexa. That's exactly what you're getting here. So when Alexa Plus initially launched, this was sometime last year, they started rolling out to generally everybody as like an early access sort of thing. You could upgrade to it if you wanted to, but you weren't really forced. You were prompted to, but Amazon wasn't forcing the upgrade onto anybody's devices. The time has come where Alexa Plus is now the dominant way that you will interact with Alexa. And so that upgrade is being pushed out to all users now. It's exited the beta stages and it's ready to go. So with Alexa Plus, you get the equivalent of like talking to Gemini or talking to ChatGPT. It's a much smarter, more contextual version of Alexa. So you don't have to sort of speak in robot voice anymore. You can just say, hey, add like that thing that I had, like I told you to remind me about yesterday, like add that to my calendar. You can just be very natural, be, more conversational with it. And the robot voice is finally going to go away with Alexa. So you don't need to remember certain keywords and stuff. You can just say general commands and it will know what you're talking about. You can follow up with certain things. It's a lot smarter. I've been playing around with it for a while now. It's fantastic. And the biggest perk here is the free version. So Alexa Plus generally costs $15 a month if you're a Prime member, $20 if you're not a Prime member a month. With the free version, it's just a chat bot. So you can go on alexa.com. I think it's just alexa.com. I got to double check that or through the Alexa mobile app. You can talk to it just like you can with ChatGPT, and you can ask it questions. You can have it analyze photographs for you, do data analysis, research, whatever you want. So it's a really big upgrade that Amazon's pushing out now. We were there for the event last year. And I remember you and I were both really impressed with what Alexa Plus can do.
Yeah, it's head and shoulders better than what it was. I think that's the key advantage. I'm kind of confused by the Alexa Plus pricing because I remember it rolled out to Prime users for free. And
yes.
And now does it cost money? Is that a change where that was like a trial period? Because $14.99 and $19.99 for if you don't have Prime, are people really paying for this, or is it included in the subscription anymore?
It is included for Prime members. There's some tier of Amazon Prime where you have to pay for it. Like this,
Okay.
that information's out there. It's very confusing. The $15 a month thing, it might tie in for people that are getting a discount on Prime already. But if you're just paying full price for Prime, you get Alexa Plus integration completely for free as it's a perk of your subscription. If you don't have Prime, you have to pay $20 a month. And then you can use the Alexa Plus chat feature completely for free. I don't even think you have to log into an Amazon account for that. That's totally for free. If you just go to alexa.com and in the Alexa app, you can use it.
So the $19.99 actually makes zero sense. I just looked this up.
Pretty much.
I think where that $14.99 comes into play is that's the price for a monthly subscription to Amazon Prime. So you can either get all of Amazon Prime, including Alexa Plus, for $14.99 a month, or you can pay for just Alexa Plus for $19.99 a month.
There you go.
Zero cents. It's like a manufactured deal, which, hey, Amazon is very good at that, especially during Black Friday, where it's like
absolutely
50% off this device. And you're like, wait a minute, the price went up right before Black Friday. So they're the kings of that. And this is further evidence that they're kind of wheeling and dealing, but that's their AI play. The one thing I want to see is, I think it lures my parents, because my parents use Alexa a lot. They yell at it from across the room.
Don't we all?
Because it happens, but we know why it happens, because like, oh, I triggered something, or I touched the touch screen, or I said something or that was like a hot word or something close to it. They don't understand why their lights go off at a specific time. And I think what happens is they say something to, like, turn off the lights, to, they say the hot word, and it comes back with a just verbal, just a lot. I just try not to curse on here, but it's the fact that it just says so much shit. And my parents are like, yes, no, whatever. And it sets up a routine for them. The routines are harmful for anybody over 50 or 60, right? Because they're like, they just want it to shut up. And my parents probably said yes to something after it had this long diatribe, right? And it set up an automatic routine, or they opened up the app and it suggests routines. They hit something, and now at like 10 o'clock, it will start to dim the lights in the family room. And they get so confused by why that's happening. I'm like, you need to go into the app, open it up. This app you never use.
Yeah.
So that's already confusing. So yeah, I hope this gets a lot smarter for their sake. And it stops suggesting routines. The routines are great when you know how to use them, but when it's luring people into using them that are not equipped to understand, AI, it's a little confusing.
Well, it's going to feel a lot more like talking to a human being than talking to a robot now with Alexa Plus. So I think like even if they beg for it to like stop and like get rid of the routines, I think if you just say get rid of all my routines, it'll probably like understand that.
Yeah.
And
That
just
would be
delete
good.
the routines.
And it would help my burden of having to
Exactly.
do that every time I
They
visit
could
home.
also, your parents could ask, why are my lights always turning off or dimming at 10 p.m.? And then
And
hopefully Alexa will be smart. It'll be like, you have
I
this
think
routine.
Right.
I think old Alexa wouldn't know,
Yeah.
right? Because its
I don't understand.
capabilities were very finite. But I do use Google AI overviews for certain things. Like I just looked up why the pricing is wildly not inaccurate, but like why it's just the weirdest pricing out there, right? And I looked that up. Google AI overviews is great. It's great at natural language. We need Alexa Plus to kind of bring that to voice. I don't think voice has taken off yet in the same way searching for something in writing works really, really well, whether it's ChatGPT or Google AI overviews.
I think
We'll
a
get
big
there.
part of that has just been because of like how incapable voice assistants have been. Like you have to
Yes.
know how to speak to them to like get anything done.
Yeah.
Like I report on technology for a living. I could never memorize exactly how to talk to Alexa or talk to Google because you just like you don't know if there's like a certain command you need to use with like a certain company's product or something like that. With these agentic voice assistants now, they can understand a lot more just natural language, a lot more like different commands. They'll be like, oh, are you talking about this? Yeah, I can turn that off at this time if you want. Or, oh, you're talking about routines. Yeah, I can trash your routines for you. So I think it'll get a lot easier. I think people will want to use their voice assistants more because they're going to get more helpful. Like, I mean, our biggest complaint with Siri is just how dumb Siri is. And Siri is going to get the same upgrade like this summer. So I think in the future, we'll all be talking to ourselves a little bit more, not just because we're going to get more comfortable with it, but because we're going to know how to use it by just talking to it like a human being.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that's, if anything we can do to get my parents to stop yelling at Alexa in frustration is very, very important.
There's a great SNL skit about Alexa, and it's like they can't hear it. They say a different name, like Arthur.
Oh yeah, it's like
Anastasia.
Alexa. It's Alexa for the elderly. Or something like that.
Yes. That's what we need.
Alexa Silver, I think it's called, or something like that. It has some weird, like really creative name. That is a very good skit. Yeah.
Those digital shorts always hit it out of the park on SNL.
Oh yeah.
So
we got a comment on someone who also hates Alexa from one Joe Bondano. No relation to Max Bondano.
Zero relation. That's an extra $1 in my pocket.
Yeah. We actually want to ask why they hate it, and add another comment, another $1 into our bank.
Exactly.
Yep.
That is, I believe my mom recently upgraded to Alexa Plus, and I know she has her own frustrations with Alexa. I couldn't tell you the amount of times I've heard her yell, "F you, Alexa," from like across the house. She cannot stand Alexa, especially if it doesn't know what radio station she wants it to play. That's the end of it. She wants to just like rip it off of her speaker and go throw it in the bag. It's ridiculous. So I guess she's not a fan of the new Alexa.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fix that for her this weekend when I ride down.
That's where we care about it the most, when it becomes a burden for us to kind of
Exactly.
figure out.
Is this impacting my life? Oh, she is stupid. That's the answer.
Yeah, Alexa definitely doesn't know one. Like it hopefully it gets better, but yeah. You know what's really funny about this is the fact that we have the ability to fix it, but you know, it's funny to watch my parents just try to figure out.
You like the chaos
Alexa on their own. I do. I kind of appreciate. Hey, it makes me necessary, right?
Keeps you around. Are you not their son? Do they not want you to just come over for dinner or something?
My parents called me their help. My parents called me their favorite son. I am their only son.
Yeah.
So they like trolling me just as much as I like trolling you guys. Okay, so it runs in the family.
That's where you get it from. Got it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I was going to say, what I really like is the fact that we are able to knock Alexa. We get invited to the events. We're not influencers in a way. Like, you know, we have that influencer power as #1 consumer tech site on Substack. But we're going to tell you it straight. We're going to tell you, if Alexa sucks, which it does, and it's going to suck less, hopefully. But we're not beholden to anybody. We're independent. We don't have to subscribe to any big tech, just their rules and their restrictions.
Exactly.
So we'll tell you how it is. That's why you tune in daily. We kind of said Xbox, yeah, we're hopeful, but also they've had missteps. Alexa, not as good as it could be. Hopefully it gets better. So we're hopeful, but we're also gonna, call balls and strikes here.
We shoot it straight.
Yeah, that's what I like. I just think some of the influencer content's a little too fluffy. We're not fluffy. We have a hard edge to us a little bit.
100%.
Love it. All right. Something that we do actually like, we're a little skeptical. We need to see it in person, is Samsung's new phone. Samsung keeps teasing the Galaxy S26. Still a rumored phone, but we all know it's coming at the end of the month. This time, it has improved cameras. So we get a little more of a...
And Matt has frozen
maybe
up.
what's happening.
Oh.
Have I?
You might have
Just a
spike
little
there.
bit. You just came back. Welcome back to the future, Matthew.
Yeah. I froze in person too. So
Oh, whoops.
but yeah, Samsung has improved cameras, and that's what we're looking for from them this year, is cameras, a little bit of MagSafe, this privacy feature. Max, tell us about the cameras and will it rival the iPhone? I know they're always lacking in video, but some of the picture stuff, they're trying to close that gap with the iPhone.
Yeah. I don't. So like, here's the thing with this generation of phones. We're not expecting almost any big changes at all. The camera sensors are supposed to remain exactly the same as they were last year on the S26 and S26 Plus. There might be a new 50 megapixel camera, but it's not going to vastly improve anything. It'll have the same megapixel count, same aperture and everything. The S26 Ultra, which is the phone that is being teased in these videos, is supposed to have a new 200 megapixel camera with a wider aperture. So we might see slightly improved low light photography and videography. All these teasers are pointing towards improved zoom, or at least just the same zoom levels that we've been seeing. Better low light performance for videos, which is always enticing, and obviously better photography and stuff like that. Samsung has never really impressed us with their photos and videos on their phones. At least for me, I always feel like they're always a couple steps behind like whatever Google and Apple are doing. They are definitely emphasizing that these will be AI phones. So I'm kind of worried that the camera improvements that they're teasing here are just powered by AI, and they're just going to throw a bunch of AI at their post-processing algorithm and try to improve every photo and video that you take. I don't think there's going to be a reason to buy the phone, but they are saying that the cameras will be technically better. So I guess we'll have to get them in-house to see, but I don't know.
It's that post-processing that they've, I don't want to say excelled at, but they relied on, which has gotten better, right? But the camera technology has, for the most part, stayed the same. So they're going to improve.
I did just see somebody just said online that the Galaxy S camera system has not changed since the S22. Which was like now 4 years ago. Like it's been the same array of cameras for the past 4 years. Like they're going to do the same thing this year again. So we have to wait till next year for like maybe a meaningful camera improvement. So it looks like it sounds like they're just going to throw a bunch of AI at this thing and just call it an AI phone. Just go all in on AI because there's no new hardware almost at all.
Yeah. And AI is a big buzzword where I'm at in Silicon Valley and just in general in the tech industry. Consumers aren't really grasping what AI can do for them. There are things that are really good that AI is pulling off, but on the consumer, in the consumer's heads, it's not really changing their day-to-day habits. Apple Intelligence has flopped in its rollout, and yeah, it seems like all these tech companies are going all in on AI, but the consumer perspective is why? Right. And we hear that all the time. Every time we send out a Substack story about AI, we get some blowback from that because people just don't understand. So
right. Yeah. And it's not even like I don't mind the progression of AI in all of our phones and our laptops or what have you. I don't like it when you use it as a crutch for not introducing anything new
Yes.
or noteworthy. Like, yes, you like these are cool new software features, great. Why do I have to spend $800 to $1,200 on a brand new phone to get them?
Mhm.
That's a little silly. Like,
Right.
all these phones are so powerful nowadays. Why is this the focal point of your new phone? It's not
Mhm.
like you needed this chip to like do these things. More often than not, like all these features are like cloud based. So like you're
Mhm.
not even running anything on your phone. So they're just using it as an excuse to like ship a new phone. I don't know. It just feels lazy to me in some way.
Yeah. So all remains to be seen. The rumored launch date is February 25th. That's yet to be confirmed, but every leak has pointed to that. And I'm just interested in what else they do, or if this is like an also ran. Like, hey, if you have the S23 still and you're dying for an upgrade, or the S22, this is the phone for you, but just because it's slightly upgraded. I'm wondering if it's
Maybe.
that, or if it's like that privacy feature really entices people. It seems like a nice feature. I don't know if it gets people to upgrade from the S24 and the S25 from last year and the
Yeah.
year before.
No, I think the only phone that I could see people upgrading every 2 years on is the Galaxy S Ultra. Like they
Mhm.
introduced enough features in that phone to make it worth upgrading every 2 to 3 years for sure.
Mhm.
With the
Yeah.
regular Galaxy S, they've all looked the same for the past 4 years. They have the same cameras. They all get slightly better chips. Like the
Mhm.
chipsets have not gotten like exponentially better year over year. They're just a little bit stagnant in that category.
And the thing is, the Chinese phone manufacturers are putting 1-inch sensors in their phones and
Exactly.
just different things that, yes, they have a different dynamic over there. They get their money from places that, U.S. manufacturers and Korean manufacturers don't necessarily have access to.
Right.
But at the same time, they're wowing us. And maybe if you haven't changed your phone camera in, since the S22, do something else, because largely they have not changed those sensors. Like it's that same, megapixel
Cluster of 5.
configuration.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a little disappointing, but at the same time, I'm holding out a small sliver of hope that we get wowed at Unpacked, or there's something else. They had the Edge last year, which didn't do as well when it actually went on sale, but at least that was exciting at the announcement, right? I'm looking for Samsung to bring the intrigue, and
Exactly.
we will bring all that coverage to you live. I'll probably be back out here doing the same thing all over again.
I was gonna say we'll have to go back out there in a couple weeks. By the way, we have a super chat.
Whoa,
Whoa.
what? I didn't even know we had super chats turned on.
So
This
first
is
off,
amazing.
we have somebody now funding the comments section fund for Kevin and I.
Oh.
So he has thrown in $5. Atomic Dog. Matt, you're my favorite tech podcaster. Of course, you're the only one I watch. Don't feel bad, bro. Look, thank you.
I love it.
Atomic
Let's
Dog.
give it up for Atomic Dog.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Our
That's
first
five
super
snackaroonies.
chat.
That's fun.
Okay. In
Yeah.
our pockets.
Right?
How nice.
I
had no idea we had this turned on. I had
I
zero
did
clue.
not know either. I think I turned it on like years ago when I started doing live like PS5 restock
Okay.
drops. So
that's on
this makes sense.
YouTube?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that's
wow.
where it's turned on. Super chats, Atomic Dog. Thank you so much. I'm actually gonna slightly profit off this, because if I owe Kevin $1 and I owe Max $1, that's $3.
Well, hold on.
Obviously, yeah.
Because there's
Don't
a
forget
lot
Adam.
of comments in here. 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Matt, you're in debt, buddy.
So
It's
let
a
me
little
say-
better for you. You're like $3 in
Yeah.
debt so far this
You
episode.
got
I'm gonna-
$3 back in the pocket. For
Yeah.
us.
I'm gonna lose less money. That is very important.
There's
That-
another
that-
dollar lost for you
distinction.
from
say
when
it's just gets
Boba
erased.
Fett. I have
Yeah.
a 24 Ultra, and I'm thinking about upgrading this year.
This might be a decent year to upgrade, I think.
Mhm.
So far, at least with the privacy screen, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, the cameras will be a little bit better. This might be a decent year to upgrade if you have an S24.
I think the people who have an S24 Ultra that are early adopters and love that new technology, because that's why they're buying an Ultra, I can see a lot of people upgrading based on a really good trade-in deal. So Boba Fett, hit us up. We will have the link as soon as these we have had it in years past. As soon as these pre-orders launch, as soon as the announcement happens, tap our link, use our affiliate link.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll have that same configuration. No one's told us yet because this phone doesn't even exist, right? There's no unpacked event yet scheduled. So we're expecting that any day because usually that's what happens. And that February 25th rumored date is around the corner. So I just feel like it's going to happen any day.
Yeah.
It's for early adopters, every 2 years is pretty much a norm. For other people, they wait 3, 4, sometimes 5 years. There's a lot of people, Adam Jessica, who's not on today, but is busy with some embargoed stuff. He still has a lightning port on his iPhone. Partly because we need to upgrade his phone.
He's so anti-EU. He chose to have
that's
the
what
lightning
he
phone,
right? So he's holding on to that for dear life. And there's despite being a techie person and loving gaming and wanting to get into more mobile gaming, there's some people who hold on to their phone much longer than 2 years. But going from the S24 Ultra to the S26, I'm actually interested in your feedback personally and what you think of that. So anytime you want to hop back on, drop a comment in the comment section of YouTube, Instagram, which you just did. Substack has comments, and X. So all those comments, we can kind of put them up on the screen and calculate how much money I'm losing based on the comments that come in.
Speaking of money and saving money, Kevin, I think you have some Super Bowl deals for us.
So we did a TV deals article earlier on Monday, and there are still more deals out there beyond TVs, although we also have more TVs on sale. The biggest thing is there's 20% off on all Sonos speakers and soundbars. And the top one is a Sonos Arc. This is their highest end soundbar. It has enough subwoofers to basically you don't need a sub. You can just have this soundbar and do everything for you. It's now $899 after $200 in savings. That is the same price as the Arc regular. So that's a really good deal. And this is one of those rare discounts that Sonos ever puts on their soundbars.
Yeah. No, it's like Sonos and Apple products, I feel like always rarely go on sale. For like Sonos, for almost Sonos' entire lineup to be on sale right now, it's just a great time to pick up some stuff that you've been eyeing up.
Absolutely. Nice. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Every time when I was at Tech Radar, we would put up a rare Sonos deal. That headline would do gangbusters. So definitely a rare occasion to save a lot of money on Sonos. It is like the Apple of smart speakers and surround sound out there. So makes a lot of sense. What else do we got? We got the Ninja Foodie. So we're trying to bring more deals to you. Kevin, what do you think of this? You're an expert in this.
Oh yeah. Any discount on kitchen appliances or kitchen gadgets is always welcome. This is $60 off the Ninja Foodie Possible Cooker Pro. This is basically a electric crock pot, slow cooker. So if, say, like you want to make game day chili, or you just want to throw a lot of hot dogs in hot water to keep on like pulling them out as you're going, this is the way to go. Or you're making, I don't know, something fancy like a stew for your football Super Bowl party. This is the way to go.
A little higher class.
Yeah. $109 was originally $169, $60 in savings. Looks pretty good. We have several Ninja products actually. We have an air fryer, we have a vacuum, and some other stuff.
We stuck a air fryer in our holiday gift guide, so I am making great use of that, especially with leftovers. Like my French fries are no longer a one-time thing. If you take them home, they're just like, all right, I should take these French fries
are the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I should take these French fries home and throw them in the garbage usually. But with an air fryer, they're actually reheatable to a nice degree. So, and our last thing that we have is a 75-inch TCL TV. Kevin, tell us about the discount there because it's $1,000 off.
It's 50% off. That's half the price for the same TV. So it's gone down from $1,999 to just $999. That's a really good deal. This is the basically high mid-range TV from TCL. It's QLED. It's mini LED.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's 1 degree off of the one I use and have and love. I have the 98-inch QM8, and it's a fantastic series. TCL, one of our favorite brands, they're the official sponsor at the NFL, and the official sponsor of the NFL TVs. And yeah, you get probably the best bang for your buck with them in terms of TV hardware. So definitely a great deal to highlight. It's a QD mini LED TV. It's 4K. We discussed how 8K is kind of out, so you're not missing anything there.
Yeah.
And
it's still got gaming chops also.
Yeah.
They do like 120 FPS. Has two HDMI 2.1.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very cool. You'll see a QR code on your screen if you're watching, and just like you're watching on your laptop or your TV. Now it's a thing with Substack having a TV app for viewing live video content like our show. And you can scan the QR code, or go to theshortcut.com and you can see Kevin's content. He also gets $1 every time someone views his content. So, yes.
All right, I don't think I knew about that agreement, but that's okay.
No, it's a fake agreement, just like the comment agreement. So just spewing.
I have I don't know, $30 million waiting for me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, let's adjust that rate. Okay. Let's adjust that rate.
It's fixed for inflation.
Wow. Fixed for inflation.
Story 4. I think Max, news. You're going to take this. Yeah, we got a little breaking news.
Yeah, it was so as we were prepping the show today, we were just getting ready to come on air. Google decided to reveal the design of the upcoming Pixel 10a. So this is their new mid-range smartphone that should be coming out pretty soon. They said in their description of the video that it's going to come soon. It looks exactly, I guess, February 18th. There you go. There's a date. It looks like this is going to be a very familiar phone to anybody who's seen the Pixel 9a from last year. That is basically the same exact design. I mean, there's nothing new here. There's the new, like a bluish violet sort of colorway, which is kind of fun. But we're not expecting like a display upgrade here, not expecting a chipset upgrade. It should be running the Tensor G4 just like last year, maybe a little overclocked to some extent just to juice up the GPU probably. Probably the same price too, $499 is what we saw last year. This will be the phone to buy if you want access to all of Google's really cool AI stuff, all their Gemini stuff or whatever, just at a cheaper price than the flagship Pixel 10. So we will be following up on this story once the Pixel 10a launches on February 18th. We plan to do a review on it at some point. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Looks exactly the same as last year, just as the leaks predicted.
Okay.
And I felt like last year we thought it looked very similar to the year prior. There's just not a lot of innovation in hardware in phones unless you're doing something wild.
Unless you're bending them in half.
Space. Exactly. Literally.
Yeah. That's it.
iPhone looks like it's ready to bend in half though. It's so flat on all sides.
Yeah. I
think that's the technology and the state of what they're trying to do. Like we saw that with the Edge phone that Samsung released. We saw that with the iPhone Air, stuff like that. So it's almost like the precursor to having more foldable phones and getting the components thin enough to be in those thinner bodies that eventually just expand and contract literally. So
exactly.
Yeah, we'll see what the Pixel 10 can do. What's interesting is Google has never been one for having a big reveal. They actually love to leak themselves, which is interesting.
They do. Yeah. They started that tradition with the Pixel 4 because they could not control the leaks for the first 3 pixels. And they're like, okay, let's just show everybody the phone months in advance just to get ahead of everyone so we can kind of own it. And that's what they've done, I think, every year since then.
Was that the year they did the Google Pixel? Like they showed the Google Pixel at Google I/O. It like came out this like.
I believe so. Yeah. Maybe. Well, I actually don't know.
They did it by Twitter months before the launch. Okay. It's a self
Pixel 4. Yeah.
And I think they did it because they couldn't stem the design reveals that other people were doing for them. So they basically had a tease, and it was something like to the degree of, "Oh, is this what you were looking for?" It was very saucy. And I appreciated that because, like you get other companies, I won't name any names, but they try to hide it and you can't talk about it. instead of giving it to a member of the press or something, or like, hey, here's an exclusive for a couple publications, or here's something under embargo, it just Evan Blass for leaking it, or some leaker, right?
Yeah.
Which, hey, they have their role, they do their job, but it's out there, and it's like, we can't talk about it. We are just grasping at straws trying to get content about something that is going to leak anyway. So I actually appreciate that Google puts this out here and we get to freely talk about it, and it's on their terms instead of a leaker's terms.
Exactly.
It's smarter. It's
Yeah,
a smart move.
it just gets ahead of everything. It sort of lets them just own like their own rollout and everything. With the Pixel 3, I think it just changed their whole attitude towards leaks, because that phone leaked to absolute oblivion. We knew everything about that phone. Like people had it, I think, before Google even acknowledged that it was like out, and they were just making YouTube videos on it, and Google never shut any of it down. Like, I don't know if they couldn't, it was just like out of control. But with the Pixel 4, they're just like, all right, we're just going to announce it months before it comes out. And like, that's their attitude now. They just announce stuff way before they're supposed to.
Yeah. To get to some of the comments, we have one says, Boom in the Sky on YouTube says, no fancy jackets again. Boo.
Okay.
We look nice.
I was going to say, is this not fancy enough? What is this?
No gold trim, nothing. There's no sweet sequins.
We need more colorful jackets, I guess.
As a member of the fancy Pepcom jacket club.
Oh, okay.
Who could that be?
I don't know who this is. I have theories in my mind.
Oh, is this from Anchor?
Yeah, Adam.
Could be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is him.
Right.
He has revealed himself.
Yeah, there you go.
Our friend Adam.
A former friend now, he cost me $3 because the guys have invented a game where they get paid $1 every comment. So Adam, instead of keeping your comment to one line, you just cost me $3.
Yeah,
true.
Thank you, buddy.
Also, I just got confirmation that Anchor is sending me some stuff, so we'll show it on the show soon.
Great.
So definitely want Adam to tune in. I'll send an email when tune in. Well,
that's great.
Tune
Anchor
in
stuff,
every episode.
The Soundcore stuff, it's a great sub brand of Anchor. Love testing that stuff out. We'll get a lot more stuff inside the new Shortcut office, which I am sadly away from. It's great having an office and just not being there. It's great. great use of my money, right?
Spending all of your time on the opposite side of the country. How dare you?
I mean, it happens. Yeah. When it gets warmer, I'll be back. A couple months. All right, story 5. We're going to speed through the rest of these because you need to know all about the consumer technology headlines, and that's what we're here to provide daily at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Aluminum could be the new hybrid. Aluminum's the name of the supposed hybrid Android Chrome OS merger. This comes from The Verge. And what do we think about this, guys? We've seen this teased for a couple of years now, and it's finally coming into fruition. We'll see if it actually happens in maybe 2028. What do we think?
It's weird, right? So Chrome OS has always fought slack behind the sheer power of something like Android or Windows. It's been a web browser based operating system since its inception. It's limited by design. It runs effortlessly on low power processors and stuff like that. Great for education purposes. But it looks like Google has been trying to force out Chrome OS for some time now. And they just want to merge it with Android so bad. They've introduced the Play Store to it, so you can run tablet apps and stuff on it. But the laptops aren't powerful enough, so they need something else to convince PC makers to up the ante with Chrome OS devices. It looks like whatever this aluminum OS is supposed to be is going to be some weird Android Chrome OS hybrid thing where it'll have the underlying chops to run Android apps effortlessly, run games and stuff like that, multitasking features. But still be semi-low powered to operate on the same laptops that Chrome OS is available on now. All this was revealed in some Quark documents. It looks like Google's on track to ship this at some point in 2028 and then phase out Chrome OS in 2034, which I think is killing them. I think they want Chrome OS dead so bad, and they're just stuck with it.
It's the bigger name, right? Android's the bigger name. Chrome OS is a thing, but it's a fraction of the marketing power of Android. So if you have Android becoming powerful enough to run a laptop and some desktop devices, that's a big deal, and it just makes Android an even bigger, you know, it sounds like it has a wider landscape that it can appear on.
Yeah.
So I get the marketing power of this and kind of consolidating. It's taking forever to actually happen, like you said.
Yeah.
It just like
Yeah.
sounds like it's gonna suck because I feel like Android on tablets sucks right now with just like the apps that are on
Yeah,
there.
the scaling is all
Always,
off.
and
It's
Yeah,
and it
weird.
like there's nothing like using an iPad and just like
Mhm.
having all the same apps from like your phone just blown up and it like feels optimized because developers care about that platform. Will
Yeah.
Aluminum OS convince developers to care about
No.
like optimizing Android
Yeah.
apps? I don't know.
I mean, it's like some really simple stuff too, like Safari. You know, on Safari, Chrome. I mean, so on Safari on the iPhone, very straightforward. You just got the
Yes.
web page. On tablet, you can have your tabs on the left or right, or you can have more space for other
Yeah,
stuff.
it just expands it and everything looks normal.
Mhm.
With
Mhm.
Android, you kind of get like whatever the developer has time for, and that's usually just scaling it and stretching everything out. And then
Mhm.
nothing feels optimized. It doesn't feel like it's not a good experience. It just feels like a blown up phone app.
Yeah.
And I thought with foldables we were going to get away from that, but lately we have not.
Yeah, it's been a problem that Apple and the iPad have not faced because most of their apps scale pretty well on an iPad. So yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
there's some really quick hardware news attached to this aluminum thing.
Good. Tell me.
There's supposedly some sort of Intel Panther Lake device. It's called codenamed Ruby and Sapphire. I don't know why it's like a Pokemon thing, but it's supposed to be a high-end tablet, kind of like to replace the Pixel tablet, I guess.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense for it to be coupled with some new hardware.
Mhm.
Let's go
Might
on
be 2020.
to Apple Xcode, which now supports vibe coding with OpenAI Codex and Claude Agent. I actually used a little bit of their Claude integration, or I'm starting to. It's really Apple Intelligence that I was using to put together a little app, and the capabilities of AI to assist with coding, even with very little knowledge of coding, is incredible. And now it's getting the two top services out there with OpenAI Codex and Claude Agent for coding directly in Xcode. If you don't know what Xcode is, it's the tool set that Apple has out there for making apps and kind of uploading apps to the App Store and compiling apps. And this is kind of an interesting thing. Max, you have some more details on this, but is this going to get you to experiment, or a lot more people to experiment with creating apps without any knowledge of how apps work? And what are the upsides and good downsides of vibe coding?
Yeah, no, this is like a huge step forward, I think, for anybody that's just getting into developing apps. It's going to make it a lot easier to learn how to code. So you can just talk to Codex, you can talk to Claude Agent. You just be like, hey, I want to develop this feature for this app that I'm working on. I want it to look like this. I want it to operate like this. And then it'll generate all the code for you in real time. It'll show you all of its nodes and everything, all of its progress, and it'll make the feature for you. This is huge for anybody that's just getting into coding. It's also big for just anybody that wants to speed up a progress. Like if you're working on a very complex app and you don't have time to like do all of the UI stuff, you could just be like, hey, okay, I have all these buttons. They're not really optimized yet. Just make them look like they're native to like liquid glass, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can just do that now. You can just tell it to do it and it'll generate all the code for you. And then you can go back, you can touch it up. It's easy to reverse all of your changes if you want to. Every time you generate something, it creates a milestone event. So you can just revert right back. It's very exciting integration. I feel like I'm definitely going to start toying around with this, see if I can start developing my own apps. We can start selling those from Swider Studios.
You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna get my money back from all these comments.
Exactly. No, it's a very big upgrade for Xcode. It's also just monumental because Apple is behind on AI and everything that they do. So this was, I feel like, A, unexpected, B, really welcome news.
Yeah. No, the thing I'm using is it's like talking to a chatbot, and you can make changes on the fly. I think this news flattens the layer of having to go into Claude and then downloading the files and uploading them to Xcode, right?
Exactly.
You just do everything right in Xcode with the help of the expertise of Claude, which I think is one of the better, dev environments for creating an app. And same thing, I haven't used OpenAI Codex, but I'm interested in, testing that out and just seeing what these are capable of. We don't, I should preface this with, we don't use AI to write any of our content. That's a major no-no.
Of course not. Yes.
Because that would just steal from our colleagues who, there
Who
was
do
tons of
use AI
layoffs
in their
today.
content.
No, not those.
I need AI to copy this guy's AI.
Right. So that is the world of journalism in some circles, not ours, but it's fun to experiment with this stuff and see what the B2B space is using and how it can come to a B2C environment. So it's neat to see this layer being flattened where you can just do everything in Xcode. And maybe we'll have an app out there for the shortcut, having all of our originally written content we're writing ourselves. So to be determined. We got 2 more stories, but first I want to kind of go to this comment from Boom in the Sky, Adam from Anchor. He left 4-5 comments in a row, including one that says, "I have an actual question about phones, ... You could just have asked the question instead of costing me another $1,
No,
right?
keep it all going.
He knows what he's doing. He's aware of what he's doing.
And then yet another question, another comment. As a OnePlus 13 user, is it worth sticking with the brand or moving to something else like the Pixel or Samsung at a higher price? Though OnePlus is still steadily creeping up in price at $1,000. Yeah, they're no longer like the flagship killer as they labeled themselves at one time in terms of giving you all the specs, even higher end specs than some of the flagships at a cheaper price. They're kind of, having to, go with what the market conditions allow. I think it is probably time to abandon if you're like even thinking about it, because the longevity of what you want, they just don't have the resources. As much as I love OnePlus and what it's done for the industry, it's really consolidating. And I think it's a safer bet to have a company and the ability to get repairs down the line where, OnePlus says they're going to, still repair your phone, but how long is that promise going to be good for? So as much as we love the people at OnePlus and it's devastating news that they're kind of going away, it's a little bit safer with a Pixel. It's a little bit safer with Samsung, especially in this market.
I mostly agree with you. I feel like if you bought a OnePlus phone, though, that you can't really get repairs that easy. And it kind of like, that they're not going to support the software that long. They've done a lot of cool hardware stuff this year with the OnePlus 15. So like, if you want to buy another OnePlus phone, I can't tell you that the OnePlus 15 isn't a good phone to buy, because it is. But if you plan to upgrade your phone and then use it for like the next 4 to 5 years, probably better off with a Pixel or Samsung. But if you really enjoy using a OnePlus phone, OnePlus 15 is great.
Absolutely. Let's go to our last 2 stories. I know we have like less than 5 minutes left in our live daily show. Spotify updates lyric experience in its app. And we got a super chat. We are going to pause this just to take this super chat.
Our boy Adam from Anchor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A whole $6.
Wow.
That is nice.
Look at that. He made up for all the comments that he made.
Right. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Adam. Very nice.
Don't hate me, buddy. Appreciate you. Love the show. All the love coming right back at you, Adam.
Love it.
He is a certified member of the Gold Jacket Club at PepCom, the CES event.
You have to bring him a jacket, I think.
Yeah. No, he has his own jackets. That's the thing. Right.
So funny.
And we let him believe that those jackets are just as good as ours. So that's something that we do for him. So,
all right, we got 2 more stories, I think, on our rundown, right?
Yeah. Let's see if we can get through them. Spotify updates its lyrics experience in its app. Max, give us a 30-second overview of what we have here.
Yeah, it's a really straightforward update. With Spotify, their lyrics experience has always been pretty fantastic for doing karaoke and stuff like that. Now you can read lyrics in your own language. If there's a song that you want to sing along to. It'll translate in real time for you, which is great. There's a new little window for lyrics. So if you play a song, you look at the player between the album art and the song title, it's just like show you the lyrics along the way. So you can do karaoke that way if you don't want to go full screen. And you can do offline lyrics now. So you can download them to your phone, follow them along, even if you don't have a cellular connection. It's just like a neat little update. It's available for both free and premium subscribers too, which is pretty great. They just keep making their lyrics experience even better.
The free tier matters for me because I've never paid for Spotify, and I probably won't. I just when I go into the office at our work at our office in New York, Max is just playing music from Sirius XM every day.
Yeah.
So going through this last story, Dyson Pencilvac Fluffy Cones launch. Kevin, tell us about this. We love covering Dyson. They're kind of an ingenious company when it comes to making vacuums and fans.
Unlike anyone else.
Yeah. Tell us about this.
So this thing was revealed 8 months ago, but now it's finally on sale, just now, and it's $600. That's a lot for a vacuum.
Yeah,
but this thing is like
for a vacuum.
Par for the course for Dyson, though.
Super thin. It's like the whole vacuum is as thick as the extension tube on any other vacuum, and it's all thanks to like their special motors. They're only like 38 millimeters in diameter, and I also have this brush that like literally is shaped kind of like a funnel, I guess, a double-ended funnel, and it kind of just like pushes all the hair towards the center instead of getting caught and sucks it all up.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it looks really
Very
nice.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to get these into the office and test them out ASAP because you know, some people are terrible with the crumbs in the office, and we need to figure that out.
Yeah, there's no crumbs in the office while Matt's away.
Well, yeah,
it's weird. There's no crumbs while Matt's away.
I'm just leaving a breadcrumb trail because our office is so big. I just don't know how to get out of there. That's what it is, guys. So, anyways, we're gonna wrap up the show there because we have the Launch Live Now team, and they're
barking at us to get off the air.
No, they never do. They're very sweet.
They are.
We always appreciate their work. But we are going to be back tomorrow with the Shortcut Live. Adam's going to be back. We're going to have Max and Kevin, and I am going to tease to you some of that Super Bowl coverage that we have, all the tech that Sony has. That's why I'm out here. I can finally reveal that now. And we're going to have that tomorrow on the Shortcut Live in exactly 23 hours. Hit us up on X, on YouTube, on Substack, and on Instagram. It's raining dollars, says Atomic Dog. Thank you for your super chat. Same thing with Adam Weissman. Amazing work. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and leaving your comments and draining my fund. So the Matt Swider Fund is at an all-time high because of your comments. And I pay these guys out once every like 200 years. So the check's in the mail, guys. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, see you in 23 hours. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate it, guys.
Bye.